Ringside Riot, where countout wins make you wonder. What's the meaning of all this? How did we get here?
Let's talk about wrestling. Pull a seat up and pour yourself a cold drink. We're gonna talk about the things that fire you up. Because it is wrestling. Everyone is coming down, not wearing a frown. Talk about it, we gonna talk about it. Talk about the things that really fire you up. And because it is wrestling, everyone is coming down, not wearing a frown.
The old cranky Vince is back, getting in the way of things for Triple H and giving him not one but 2 losses. It's funny, after Bret Hart made him look silly a few years ago, you figured that would be the end of Mr. McMahon and we just wouldn't see him again. But he just seems to keep coming back into our lives. Same old school hairstyle and everything. What do you think? Should Vinnie Mac hang up his on-camera loafers or should he keep coming around? Chris Jericho has his sights set on CM Punk's Chicago comeback. Well, that's a lot of CNS's. Try saying that 5 times fast. It's still kind of strange to build up to a match that the other person hasn't even acknowledged yet, but it's coming at Payback. Wait a minute, did you just say Payback? You know who's probably looking for a little bit of payback? Is returning World Heavyweight Champion Dolph Ziggler. He's back from a concussion, and he should be out looking for Chris Jericho. After all, Jericho pretty much owes his entire current revival to this guy. He should be after him immediately. An old rivalry, new matches, a solid foundation. Does this shirt fit onto the other guys? Yep. Hey, congratulations, a win. It may have been over Sin Cara, but it's still a win. And now people like Zeb Coulter are interested in Antonio Cesaro, so maybe it's time for him to start making waves again. As far as Sin Cara goes, taking away his mood lighting can't really be a good sign. I wonder if he'll ever change colors again, or anything even close to that. Hunico, you busy? We may need you to go back to an old job very soon.
Nah, man, I'm not busy.
What? Oh, man, what? What? Are you kidding me? What? Oh, man. What? So this old school icon, arguably the most famous wrestler of all time, says his boots aren't hung up for good. Are you ready for Hulkamania to strike back in a big way? Is it even possible? Who would he face? Should this old-timer give it up, or should he really get back in the ring for one more try? Let me know in the comments what you think.
Hey, Cena, your body's not as athletic as mine.
Oh yeah? Well, you don't eat as much oatmeal as I do.
Oh, is that right? Well, my protein shakes have 5 times the amount of whey that yours do. That's it, you jerk. Nobody talks about my protein that way. Nobody.
Either John Cena or Ryback is going to survive the 3 stages of hell come Sunday. Epic? Sure. Historic? Maybe. We won't know until we get there. What I do know is that pot shots about physical appearance don't make either of you sound like warriors. They make you sound like patrons in a nail salon. Which is exactly where you should both be because you could probably get plenty of colors and designs there.
Ringside Riot is brought to you by the Mattel WWE Elite Series 22. In stock for those who pre-ordered and the object of painful, aching desire for those who didn't.
Ringside mailbag. Managed to get rid of that uppity jerk from last week. Glad he's gone. Jake Mitchell asked, Dear Tom, from the way Daniel Bryan has been acting towards challenges, would you call him a modern-day X-Pac? Very good thinking, Jake Mitchell. Daniel Bryan and X-Pac have some similarities in that they're kind of smaller fish in massive ponds with a bunch of other massive fish. They're a little different otherwise in that Daniel Bryan seems like he's got a bit of a heart left to him, and X-Pac, back in the day, at the end of it all, I think he was just more like a jerk than anything else, which is kind of why I liked him back then, because I like to be a jerk too. The best WWE Champ 1 asked Tom, do you think chips inside of a PB&J is good? I know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow. Darshan Ishak says, what is the next Ringside exclusive after Hardcore Kane? Do I know the answer to that? Yes. Am I ready to tell you? No way. Will Cena 1 asks, do you have swag? Maybe. Zach Edwards asks, "Hey Tom," with H-A-Y, hey, that's the hey that I prefer. Hey Tom, how do you get on Weekly Fan Collection? You read the directions. I put them for you there every week, sometimes even longer than before. Just read them. Real EKW, why do thy? Why do thy what? Was thy just given Shakespeare for your summer reading from your teacher? Ryan Chrysostomo asks, "Hey Tom, will Mattel ever make a 3-pack of the Shield?" I would say this is highly unlikely. Mattel does make 3-packs every once in a while, but it's usually of The Rock, Rey Mysterio, and John Cena. I would doubt that it's of the Shield. You never know, because they did make Nexus 3-packs, so you might get lucky, and the Shield are already very popular. But 3-packs are really expensive for Mattel to make, so I would say probably not. George Joe asks, "How many Ringside or Riot signs do you think you have ripped?" I don't know if I can even count that. Actually, you could probably just go back and watch each episode and see the ones that I do rip a sign and some of them I don't rip a sign, and figure it out for yourself. Because I suck at math, so I'm not doing that for you. Ethan Ursua asks, "Hey Tom, can you suggest some good figures for a starting collector like me?" Absolutely. Choose who you like the best. Whoever your favorite wrestler is, that's where you start your collection. For me, it starts with Christian. Then just pick the things that you like. For me, I tend to get the Attitude Era and the WCW stuff. Like the NWO Giant would be my most recent figure, because I love NWO and WCW. If you like Tensai, then get the new Tensai. You know, it depends on who you like. Don't just get somebody because you think you need to widen your collection. Just make it fun for yourself. If it becomes a chore, then it's not going to be fun. There's some people that like to buy every figure. You may be one of those people. If that's the case, then, God bless you and good luck to you. Until then, you can just start with guys that you love the most and whoever's your favorite. That's Ringside Mailbag.
What is up, guys? This is Jimmy, and this is my Ringside Riot fan collection entry. These are all my action figures here. I like to keep all the Mexicans in the corner. And Trentino about to hit the AA. Mark Henry about to hit the world's strongest ever on Mr. McMahon. And couple of them, I got the Bajara in prison that came with the Greg Khali and Batista from Jax, but I like to play with my leads. And on this bag here, I keep my other accessories and jackets and belts. And over here, I have some extra heads and I'll build a figure. So, hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.
Tom, yeah!
Vinnie Mac is back, suckers. He's on TV. Who knows, for the foreseeable future at this point. Sticking his thumb up Triple H's butt and causing him all sorts of problems. So here he is. This is the mail-away Vince McMahon. This was the first ever Mattel WWE Vince McMahon, and you had to buy a bunch of figures from Toys R Us or something like that and mail all the receipts in, and once you mailed the receipts in, you got the Vince McMahon back. For some people, they had to buy a bunch of figures that they hated to get this, and some people got lucky and managed to grab a few things that they enjoyed. But it also is, or was at least, available on Ringside for a short amount of time. And some of them should pop back up here and there, I would say. So if you really want this figure, just give it some time, and I would bet that it'll be a little more available to you at some point. One of the weird things about this is, I guess not too weird, but the hair is very dark and it's a very tall figure. So, Mattel, who's very big on scale and things and accuracy and things like that, kind of overdid it with Mr. McMahon, so to speak, for lack of a better word. They obviously did a really good job on it, but it looks like maybe what Vince McMahon would look like if he were a Greek god or something. It's an interesting figure, and for anybody that needed a Vince McMahon, a Mattel version, this was the way to go. I like Vince McMahon. I always liked the character. I like, Stone Cold Steve Austin popping his head off. I do, get sick of him here and there, and I always used to, but nothing's better than hearing the Stooges say Mr. McMahon. It was always cool back in the day to see him kind of get in the ring. It was a nightmare when he won the Royal Rumble as a 14 or 15-year-old or 13 or whatever I was. I hated that. So obviously he was doing his job. He seems like a very nice guy, and he's done very well for himself. So he's a shining example of that. Your very own Mattel WWE Mr. McMahon. Hey, thanks for checking out Ringside Riot. That was really nice of you.
But nice guys finished last, so subscribe to our channel for future episodes. Follow our Twitter account, like our Facebook page, and check out Ringside Collectibles at WrestlingFigures.com for the largest selection of wrestling figures anywhere in the universe, so you never finish last again!